Welcome to the unboxing of the electriq 27 4K 144 IFS GHUCA monitor. This is actually my second of this monitor. Bought it from Laptops Direct for £359. Its normal retail price is £400. This is actually an open box model, allegedly. To me it looks sealed, new. We'll crack on and open it up in a second. But things to note about this monitor. Obviously, the model number says it all. It's 27 inches, it's 4K, it's 144 Hertz. It's actually an IPS panel, which isn't on here. It's got FS, which is FreeSync. The rest of the letters, I don't understand what they are. Anyway, moving on. Let's just crack it open and have a look. It's all well packaged. So we got our stand. So this monitor does have some red accents on it, so let's go for that slight gamer aesthetic. Power supply. Okay, simple lock and place mechanism. Interestingly though, I don't actually know where the screw is. Come back in a second. There they are. So we've got our power supply. It does use a cloverleaf connection to go with the power supply. Power supply, I believe, is quite high for a monitor. It's 65 watts, and that's due to the USB-C power delivery of the monitor itself. We've got a couple more screws here. I believe these are ones of the stand. A Displayport cable, and then another Displayport cable. So something that's interesting about this monitor is it requires two Displayport cables to drive 144 Hertz at 4K. However, you can, and I do, use just one, and it'll drive at 120 Hertz at 4K with VSync. Once you enable the 144 Hertz mode on DisplayPort, you cannot use VSync or VRR or FreeSync. So that's worth noting. What else is in here? So we've got a basic instruction manual. Actually, there's not much info in it, to be honest. Basic getting started guide with the OSD, but it's self-explanatory. It's in English, so it's fine. The energy certificate, or stickers I should say, not really relevant. It's based on running over a certain period of time, and I don't think anyone really cares how much they're using in terms of power for the monitor. Right, I need to find myself a screwdriver, so bear with me. Okay, I've got the screwdriver now. Just gonna pop these screws in to the base. I believe there were 3. Well, they provided 3, so we'll have a look now. This one. Oh no, it appears to be just 2, and they've given us spare, which is fine. There is rubber feet on the bottom of this, which is nice, rather than just scraping your desk with 3 metal. This is actually metal at the bottom. So, metal. Okay, so this is stand. It does up and down, it does pivot as well. And yeah, Sorry, rotate, not so much pivot. It does do pivot. It does do pivot. Okay, let's get the monitor in here. Normal 4-screw laser mount at the back. I would show you, but it's a bit hard. So you come a little closer. So we've got our USB-C, our HDMI 2.0 ports, there's 2 of them, and 2 Displayport 1.4s, an audio out, and then our barrel plug for our power. And then we've got our OSD menu options. So we've got the buttons for power, menu, select, up and down. It might be the other way around for these 2, but either way. It's not a normal joystick kind of OSD. What a lot of people have said is that they found the menu difficult. Personally, I've been using it for about 3-4 weeks now, and it's not difficult at all. It's a pretty self-explanatory menu. The buttons are positioned in a really nice way, and yeah, there's been times where I misclicked and turned the menu off completely, but other than that, you know, you go back in, it doesn't take long. It only takes 2 more button presses to get back where you were. There's not many options. So that's it. This is the monitor. We will turn it on shortly, but it looks to be in good shape. Honestly, it looks like it's in better shape than what my other one was when I first got it. It had cleanly been wiped down. This one, the screen looks clean. There's no residue of any liquids on the screen as far as I can tell. So yeah. Let's get this plugged in. Okay, so we got it plugged in. We're using USB-C to my laptop. We're just gonna hit go. And it's come on. There are LEDs on the back that are red. And we'll show you them shortly. For some reason it's not showing anything. Cool, all right, awesome. That's exactly what I wanted. So, you can come a bit closer if you want. So we've got the IPS panel. So if we go side to side, or I do this, you should notice that the color variation doesn't change that much. We have tilt, and we have rotate. Although the monitor stand is not high enough to go full way, so we'll have to get it up to go all the way around. And there we go. So if you want to have a portrait monitor, perfect for that. The only problem is, like I said, you need to lift it up so it doesn't catch the bottom of your desk or catch your desk. Okay, cool. So as you can see, we're using USB-C. We're going to go into the OSD a second. You might want to come a little closer for this as well. So we've got the input source. As you can see, it tells you what the buttons do. So menu, up, down, select, and then exit. Or power off, sorry. Actually, that's exit. So yeah, we've got brightness, which doesn't, from my opinion, doesn't really necessarily need changing. We've got picture quality settings. We will be changing the response time to something higher. So we'll change to middle because I found that that's the setting that leaves least ghosting for myself. Noise reduction we don't need, and dynamic luminous control we don't need. Display aspect ratio is fine. LED mode, that controls the LEDs on the back. So if I just grab that and show you a second, so the LEDs can be switched off. And yeah, to be honest, I don't necessarily need them or want them. So that's just one of those features. It's a bit moot, to be honest, for myself. Go back to the OSD here a second. So we will go and select that, turn them off. You can flicker them, which basically means that they pulsate, but they don't pulsate slowly like a normal pulse in like an LED keyboard configuration. It just literally just flashes more than pulses. Okay, so we'll go back out. And then audio, this does have that 3.5mm audio out, which we won't be using. Multi-window, which is really cool. So it'll split up the screen into 2 or 4 lines, and then you can break it up into different inputs. The OSD, which is fine, and then others, which is where we want to be. So as you can see, can you see those? As you can see, we've got options for DP version, so obviously we're going to be using DP 1.4. UHD 144Hz mode. That one, like I said, you need to have 2 Displayport cables plugged in, and then you need to configure it on your desktop or laptop to support that. FreeSync, ActiveSync, which has just come off. FreeSync, ActiveSync, that is not available over USB-C. It's only available on DisplayPort 1 on the monitor. There's 2 DisplayPorts. It needs to be plugged into DisplayPort 1. You've got HDR. This is not a HDR certified monitor, but it does support HDR through Windows 10 and 11. Runs round about 450 nits from my experience. It actually says that in Windows 11 in the menu as well, that it goes up to that. So that's the monitor sending that information back. And then we've got the Type-C power, which literally will deliver power to devices through the USB-C at the back. So yeah, there we go. That's pretty much the unboxing of the monitor. I'll go and chuck in some more information shortly, but yeah, to be honest, I think for the price, this is the best 144Hz 4K monitor, the bang for buck, simple as that. The closest you can get, which would be one of the like Samsung Odysseys or something along those lines, you're talking roughly around £1,000 for the same kind of thing. Yes, you get a much better HDR experience, and the panel is probably going to be a bit better, a bit brighter, a bit more color accurate. But if you're looking for a gaming monitor at 144Hz or 120Hz 4K even, you can't go wrong for £400. Like I said, I paid $357 for this, and yeah, like that's why I bought 2 of them, because there's nothing wrong with it at all. So yeah, we'll do a little segue into some referrals to help the channel, and yeah, thank you very much. If you found this video useful, please hit that like button and subscribe, and don't forget the bell icon. Also, let me tell you about Curve. Curve lets you use your debit or credit card through one card whilst giving you 1% cash back on your purchases. Once you've finished applying with Curve, your card will be available to you through the app immediately, and they will send you one to the post. To learn more, click my affiliate link below.